Good morning, kiddos. Miss Aura here. This video is for my fourth graders. We will be focusing on our math today. This is a math lesson. So let's go ahead and get started. So fourth graders, we're going to address two standards. The first standard we're going to address is you need to be able to interpret a multiplication equation as a comparison. What that means is you need to be able to tell that a multiplication equation is comparing numbers. For example, 35 equals 5 times 7 can be said that 35 is 5 times as many as 7. Notice we're comparing 35 as being 5 times as many as 7 and 7 times as many as 5. And you need to be able to represent these verbal statements into a multiplication equations. And once you understand that, then you can also, the next thing we should be able to do is multiply or divide to solve word problems involving these multiplicative comparison. You need to be able to know the difference between multiplicative comparison from additive comparison. And when you solve these word problems, you can use drawings and equations with symbols for unknown numbers that the problem stated. So let's go ahead and practice that concept by playing a game called Splat. So the way it goes is I will give you a total, okay? And the total here is 16. Then you notice that I've given you a group here to represent 16, but some of the groups are splatted. So what are showing? 3 and 2. So that means there's 5 showing, which means there must be 11 hiding. Now, the next thing you need to remember is that the combinations underneath the splat can only be made with the numbers 3 and the numbers 2. So sets of 3s or sets of 2s. So what are some combinations you can come up with? If the number here is 11, how can we make 11 with sets of 3s and sets of 2s? What are some combinations? Okay, let's look under the splat to see what number are there. Yep, did you come up with 3 sets of 3 is 9 and 1 set of 2? Or did you come up with 4 sets of 2 and 1 set of 3? Either one would be acceptable. Okay, let's try this one. The total is 21. And now I'm just showing you 8, right? So then what's underneath is 13. The total underneath is 13. And 13 we can think about 13 as 10 and 3, which means I can show 10 as 2 times as many as 5, right? Which leaves that with 1 set of 3. There it is. 5 and 2 sets of 5 and 1 set of 3. All right. 26 is the total. And now I'm only showing you 9. What's the total underneath the splat? That's right, 17. If I'm going too fast, you can pause so that you have more thinking time. Okay, so there's 17 underneath. So what are some combinations we can come up with? Well, I know 17 can be written as 12 plus 5. So I could have 3 sets of 4, that's 12, and 1 set of 5. Let's see if that's what they came up with. Yep, 3 sets of 4 and 1 set of 5. Did you come up with a different one? That's fine too, as long as you're only using 4s, sets of 4s, or sets of 5s. All right, let's try another one. The total is 25. Now I'm only showing you 7. How many sets of 2s and how many sets of 5s will you need? Well, first, you should figure out that there are 18 hiding, right? So how can we represent 18 with sets of 5s and sets of 2s? Well, I know that 3 sets of 5 is 15, but that'll only leave me with 3 more, and I can't do that, right? 18 can be written as 10 and 8. So 10 can be written as 2 sets of 5, and 8 can be written as 4 sets of 2. Let's see if that's what they did. Yeah, 2 sets of 5 and 4 sets of 2. See the next one. The next one is also 25, but this time they're showing a 7, similar to the other one. But this time the combination will involve sets of 3s and sets of 4. So same thing here, it'll be 18, but like I said last time, 18 can be written as sets of 15 plus 2. Oh, sorry. 15 plus 3. But that can't be because we don't have that, even though 15 is related to 3. So how else can we do it? Well, I know 18 can be written as 10 and 8, right? But 10 is not related to them. We can write it as, how else can we write 18? 12 and 6, right? So that means I can come up with 3 sets of 4 and 2 sets of 3. That will give us 12 and 6. Let's see if that's the combination they used. Yeah, 3 sets of 4 and 2 sets of 3. That's 12 and 6 is 18. Let's try 16. 16, and I'm only showing you 6, which means there should be 10 under here. So how can we write 10 as an addition? Well, 10 can be written as 8 plus 2. Oh, there it is. 8 can be written as 4 and 4 and 2. Is there another way? 9 and 1? That can't be. How about 7 and 3? No, I can't make those combinations with that. So let's see what they used. Yeah, they used the 8, which is 2 sets of 4 and 2. 33. Now they're showing you 11, right? Because that's 3 and 3 is 6 plus 5 is 11, which means there are 22 hiding underneath. So how can I write 22 as sets of 5 and 3? Well, 22 could be 11 plus 11, but 11, I can't figure out how 11 can be related to 5 or 3. So let's try a different one. How else can we write 22? Well, 22 can be written as, like I said, 11 and 11, or 12 and 10. I can relate 10 to the 5 and relate 12 to the 3. So I can see 2 sets of 5 and 4 sets of 3. Let's see if that's what they used. Yeah, 2 sets of 5 and 4 sets of 3 makes 12. Makes 12 plus the 2 sets of 5 is 10, so that's 22. All right, so I hope you like that game. It really worked out your brain. So now we're going to try to solve some word problems using some multiplicative comparison. So take a look at this word problem. It says, Skylar has 4 times as many books as Araceli. If Araceli has 36 books, how many books does Skylar have? All right, so I'm going to make that word problem a little easier. So let me present to you an easier problem. Let's say Skylar, instead of 4 times, Skylar has 2 times as many books as Araceli. And if Araceli has 6 books instead of 36, how many books does Skylar have? So it's a similar word problem. I'm just using easier numbers. So Skylar has 2 times as many books as Araceli. And if Araceli has 6 books, how many books does Skylar have? So let's take a look at how someone might solve it. You could pause this video to try to solve it on your own. On the next slide, I will show you one way of solving it. Okay? So in this case, you have Araceli has 6 books. Okay? So if Araceli and Skylar have the same number of books, then Skylar would also have 6 books. But that's not the case. Skylar has 2 times as many books as Araceli. That means she needs another set of 6, right? Because it's 2 times as many books as Araceli. So how many books does Skylar have? Well, if it's 2 times as many as Araceli, that means she has 2 more group of 6. So 2 times 6 is 12. So Skylar must have 12 books. All right. So now let's try solving the original problem. Skylar has 4 times as many books as Araceli. If Araceli has 36 books, how many books does Skylar have? You can use the strategy I used earlier, or you can come up with your own. So in this case, we have Araceli has 36 books. And again, if Skylar and Araceli had equal number of books, then Skylar will have 36. But the problem says Skylar has 4 times as many books. So 4 times as many, meaning she has 4 sets of 36 books, right? Which means that's 4 times 36. We can solve it by multiplication, or we could do repeated addition. 36 plus 36 plus 36 plus 36. All right? And if we did our problems correctly, if we worked it out correctly, which I'll give you some time to do, you should get 144 books. So Skylar, having 4 times as many books as Araceli, who has 36 books, will have 144 books. Okay? I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you learned something, and I hope to see you soon. Goodbye. Good luck.